Some marigolds here. I'm just going to take them and then put one in every container with the cabbage. And we are getting there. Hopefully we can continue for the entire year. They didn't come. Well, they started to grow, but after a while they died out. This is our first major success with them. Alright guys, it's a pleasure just going around walking in the garden and just harvesting some stuff from the garden. As I said before, we do harvest every day. Something is here to harvest every day. Now I'm going to walk around to look at the cabbages to check to see if they're filled with any aphids or any pest damage. Alright, so come along with me. Now right here, this do have pest damage, right? But what I'm not seeing is that we do not have any aphids on them. I'm not sure if it is as a result of the Cuban oregano or French thyme that is in the container. That's how I walked around in the garden some time ago and placed a piece of Cuban oregano in each of the cabbage containers. Hopefully this will help to not to have aphids on the cabbage plants. So this might be one way to help the plants not to attract aphids, because you know the Cuban oregano has a very strong scent. So we're hoping that it will work. So let's see if we can use this as a pest control mechanism. All right. As for the holes in the plant, yeah, for sure there must be a snail or a caterpillar. Still searching for it, not finding the culprit. But we're extremely happy that there are no aphids on the plant so far. So what we'll do to add more measure to this, we will be placing some marigolds in it so as to prevent the whiteflies from coming into the container and going on the leaves of the plant. So let me do that just now. And I'm going to walk around in the garden to see if we have any marigold seedlings. So I'm going to put added measure into each container. Alright, so we do have some marigolds here. I'm just going to take them and then put one in every container with the cabbage. And these are some other ones that are here. All we did was to sprinkle the seeds and then cover lightly and then they germinate. So these are some younger ones. So these are some of the things that you have to do to ensure that your produce are doing well. So you have to walk around, assess, see what you have in the garden that can help. So hopefully the Cuban oregano will ward off the aphids for a long time, and then the marigold for the whiteflies. Our sweet pepper, they're starting to blossom and there's a fruit on the plant. Alright, so we can't wait for harvest time with the sweet peppers. They're looking lovely. Alright, so here's one other cabbage. Alright, we are going to place a marigold in as well. And of course, this container also have the Cuban oregano. I'm taking out the weeds because we do not want any competition. We want all the nutrients to go to the plant. Here is the Cuban oregano or French thyme. And we have 3 other cabbages right here along the side. Cuban oregano, and Cuban oregano. Alright, you might wonder, is this enough space for the marigolds to grow? Normally, when the cabbage becomes very big, we do take out the bottom leaves, and so we'll have enough space for it to grow. Alright. This is a very small seedling, so it too will get the same treatment. I need to put a French thyme in that one at the other side, so I'm going to do that just now. We have a scallion here as well, so this will act as preventative measures as well. And this one is just starting. Alright, so this container contains some pepper seedlings, and you know that white flies love to are attracted by the pepper plants. So I'm just going to put one in as well. And there we go. This is our red cabbage. I need to get one into this pepper plant. Alright guys, so this pot needs a marigold as well. There are peppers on the plant, as you can see. They are looking lovely. There are some lovely peppers, but under the leaves we have some white flies. So I'm going to put a marigold in it as well. Just taking out the weeds. Oh, there was one on in there already. Okay, didn't see it, but it won't hurt if 2 plants are in. opening up these two containers. I'm attempting to plant out 2 factory plants, and this is how we do our succession planting. As soon as we take out a plant, we put back a plant in. Our aim is not to buy any greens for a while, and we are getting there. Hopefully we can continue for the entire year by God's grace. Alright, so we have different seedings or different maturity of seedings all over the place, and we are getting a fight because some of them are being eaten by some things, but we do have seedings at different stages. So I'm taking out these 2 bigger ones and also putting out the weeds out of the container. So you have to do these daily tasks as much as possible. Well, we don't have the time to do it daily, but whenever we can. Cabbage seedings here, and also some kale, and this is what we call succession planting. So you do see that we have cabbages growing. So as soon as a container is free, we will put a plant in. Alright, so they're in their new home. Alright, so those will be watered in. The marigolds, the plants, the pastoral plants will be watered in shortly, but we will not do that on camera. Alright. Alright, so we did acquire some onion seedlings and just checking on them. Just checking on them, and organics are growing for the most part. And there are more onion seedlings over there. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to trellis the tomato plants. Alright, so the aim of trellising is to, protect the plant so the fruits do not go all over the place. So there are a lot of blooms on. So I'm going to take my time. Never done this before. We did plant out tomatoes way back when in last year, but they didn't come. Well, they started to grow, but after a while they died out. This is our first major success with them, and then it will be a massive success, a greater success when we actually see some fruit. So we do have a lot of blooms on the plant. Again, taking my time as not to affect the blooms. But the reason I'm doing this, I don't want the wind to damage the plant. Alright, so for safety measure, marigold in, although there are some scallions around the perimeter. So there are some scallions around the perimeter of the plants. This cucumber plant not doing so well, but we do have fruit here. By the nature of the fruit, it looks like a suyo long cucumber. Oh, this is not this, the label for it. Yes, suyo long cucumber plant. There's a fruit. And here is one other fruit. Should I take off as much leaves? Let me take off as much leaves as possible. I'm not sure what's causing this. This one looks horrible, so let me take this one off. And this one, trying to clean up the plant a bit so we don't have much disease spreading. Alright guys, so there's a lot of work to do in the garden, but we're not going to do it on camera because we don't want the video to be too long. So we are encouraging you to start that garden one container at a time, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.